Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, and I am once again joined by Zippy.
Hello.
Zippy has graciously what am I trying to say here? My brain totally just shut down. Graciously agreed to sit in and spend some time breaking down our two finals matches. The big, end of season, closing of season 4 WWC recap will happen eventually, but we're juggling 4 people's busy schedules, including 3 different time zones, so it'll happen when it happens. We'll make it happen when it happens, but we're going to break down finals. We had 2 games left on this season, 2 new champions, because Zippy is not in Alpha to defend his Alpha, and had his unfortunate exit in semis, and Ian had a very early exit in quarterfinals, so we get to crown 2 new champions. Always exciting to add new champions. Always sucks for the reigning champion to have to sit there and be like, well, damn, now I gotta fight and get it back. So we're gonna start with Gamma. And initial thoughts on the 6v6 here, Zippy. What are your thoughts on Blaze versus Czech, the teams that they brought?
Initially, I was really surprised with Czech not bringing any Terrakion. I thought it kind of had a pretty okay matchup this week, so I'm shocked not to see it. The Oma Star is also kind of out of the blue. But from Blaze's side, basically, it's like the same 5 he usually brings, and then just swap out, I don't remember what he had before, but he swapped out Lele for Komodo this time around.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Like a Scarf Tarak kind of just goes in this game, in these matchups. I mean, Scarf. What does Blaze have besides Komodo for a Scarf Tarak, right? If Scarf Tarak can come this team, so I definitely do agree. No Tarak for Amistar was a little weird. Blaze's side, not really surprised by anything. He's been leaning on Eel a lot this season. It's been very defensive, and it's done work for him. Eel, if it was fast, would be a super good electric type. But
honestly, yeah, I do appreciate that it's one of the fatter electric types, but
well, and it has no true weakness either, other than Mold Breaker.
So I guess if it were fast, it would kind of be mildly not overpowered, maybe overtuned, but I feel like the slowness kind of helps it. It's like a slow volt switcher.
So we get a lead of Amistar versus the Empoleon. And
yeah,
I don't know if first turn Shell Smash was the play here, with Eel still around.
I mean, we see the Sash tech in the next turn in order to live anything it's going to throw at it. So, in that aspect, it did kind of work out. I like smashing in front of Empoleon, though, because there's not really much Empoleon can do in return.
Yeah.
The hard switch Kecleon after the Giga Drain and Pop Sash was good as well, because this week actually did bring Shadow Sneak, so that we'll be able to pick up the kill on to the Oma Star. Hard into the Grim Snarl, though, and Spirit Breaks just picks up the kill here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that the Amistar didn't have weak armor. I would assume it was either Swift Swim or Shell armor.
It was probably... That is weird, it doesn't have... Well, no, I think weak armor only procs off the physical hits. And I think it doesn't count Shadow Sneak since it died. I don't think it's going to get stat changes at 0 HP.
Okay, fair enough. It could have been... Yeah, I think weak armor is only triggered by... Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
And then from there, a little back and forth. Said Spirit Break picking up the kill on Kecleon, Hardened of Volcarona. The prediction of the Will-O-Wisp going into Darmanitan pulls out the Diancie, a little bit of recoil damage. Hard Superior, which I do like, always guaranteed to outspeed Diancie, so Diancie's got to get out of town. Hard Volcarona, that's expected into a Leaf Storm, that does laughable damage, even a +2. Superior's getting out of here now.
Yeah, it's if he had
hard Nito,
glared,
which
yeah, if he had glared there on the Volk switch,
that would have been
that
really
would've been
nice.
god
But
tier.
I guess he did mildly have to be worried about Electros maybe being assault vested.
Yeah.
So, or actually no, he couldn't glare because if Blaze just sacked Diancie, you just paralyzed Superior.
Fair enough.
So had to just risk the switch out because if nothing else, it's still some damage. I do like the double on turn 10, Nidoqueen and Empoleon coming out for both of them, and then Czech kind of got the Mon that covered both the not Volcarona, who was out at the time.
It was Volcarona.
It was Volcarona. I'm looking at the wrong nickname. Yeah, Volcarona was out, so hard switch into the Nidoqueen, which also handily covers Empoleon, forcing another double into the Electros. Rocks go up, which is good because the only defogger I see is Empoleon, and I think Volcarona gets defog, but why would you run defog on Volcarona?
And you also have to be careful defogging with Serp around because, evasion boost.
So then a physical Nidoqueen is nice, probably a way to combat what's not an assault vest Electros. We see the leftovers here instead, so kind of trying to... It's probably physical, that way Volcarona can't set up as freely. So it can probably hit it with like a rock slide, I'm guessing. But Aqua Tail here coming out from Superior, not from Superior, onto Superior. On the switch, not doing much damage. This is going to probably result in Electros hard switching, or he actually eats the hit really nicely, and Flamethrower picks up kill on Superior.
Eel has such a sneaky good move pool. It really does.
Yeah, and here with G-Max Grimmsnarl coming out, just decides to sack the Electros. It's already quite low. There's no real reason to save it, especially that way if he tries to set up with like a bulk up or something, you're still getting damage onto the Grimmsnarl before Gigantamaxes. Harden to Komodo, Max Starfall.
I love this Komodo tech.
Yeah, counter Roselli Berry into Body Press. Amazing prep, able to completely shut down the Grimmsnarl. Now here, though, we see an agility Corviknight, which now able to outspeed the entirety of Blaze's team here. Endeavor taking it low, but nice little Iron Head to pick up the kill, and then I believe it's just able to roost up in front of...
It reversals. Right. Czech had... Right. So they each had beautiful tech. Czech
Very
had
much so.
Reversal on his Corviknight to blast out the Empoleon, and Body Press plus counter on the Komodo. Beautiful, beautiful tech from both of them, and this is why they're both sitting here playing for a championship.
Yep, and then once the once everything but Diancie goes down, it's just an easy Iron Head from Darmanitan to secure checkmate as WWC Season 4 Gamma Division Champion.
Yep, and I actually did not know that Darmanitan got Iron Head.
I did not either. You learned something new.
Yeah, and so those of you using Darmanitan, it does get Iron Head. Keep that in mind. Yeah, it was a very good match by both sides. It's just that frickin' G-Max Grimmsnarl is always such a hard thing to deal with that it forces you, like, he couldn't run Clangor's Soul Como. He was forced to run kind of a bulky defensive Como in order to just shut down Grimmsnarl. Because Clangor's Soul Como would have put in a lot of work this game. At least I think it would, but...
Right, and like you said, it was just really good prep on both of their behalves. I'm wondering what the Corviknight item was that... I actually think he mentioned it was a weakness policy Corviknight after the fact.
Yeah, he did say it was a weakness.
The reversal, knowing he was going to get taken low but not killed, was very interesting tech. Ended up paying off onto the Empoleon, though.
Yeah,
so
if you look in turn 22's discussion, he says, sad I didn't properly weakness policy.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
It's all good. I just didn't know if you'd seen that or not, but
I knew I'd heard it from somewhere. I thought it might have been in the Discord. I'm not sure.
It was great tech. It was a great match, and GG's to Czech. I did not play Checkmate. I got to be spared of GMAX Grimmsnarl. If Checkmate so chooses to come back, he's going to be defending his championship in Omega. So we'll see if he can get the 2 crown. He's going to have to suck pretty bad for several seasons to get bounced down into Alpha. But
true.
Yeah, GG's to Czech. Blaze played a hell of a game as well. I really seriously at the beginning of the season would not have bet that Blaze would be our runner-up. I truly, based on the draft, based on what I knew of Blaze's battling experience from Season 3 and from LDL, I will say Blaze being our runner-up is probably the biggest surprise, and it's a good surprise.
I agree.
I would not have bet that Ian got eliminated round 1. So GG's to Czech, GG's to Blaze, and that is where we end Gamma's season. So we have officially crowned our champion.
It was a really nice season too.
Only 1 dropout.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we even have a dropout in Gamma? Photon. Yep, 1 dropout.
Photon.
That was it. So super impressed. So switching over to Alpha, we see Sandy Sims, the number 1 seed, versus the number 7 seed in Hanny. And your initial thoughts on the matchup here?
The matchup here, just a quick glance at it. I'm surprised with no sand from Sandy. I feel like we touched on it last week. There were a lot of holes in Hanny's team, and I feel like ground was certainly one of them. Opting for just the drill, though, kind of...
Zolt's there.
Zolt's there too, but there's no way to set the sand outside of actually running Sandstorm on the Mon. Or, I don't know, I think GMAX Lapras gets a rock-type move. There you go. So, another possibility there, but...
Yeah, it really is, because we talked about it, the fact that sand just goes in and there's a T-Tar sitting on the other side. There's no way that T-Tar is anything but unnerve. Like, there's no way you bring sand when your opponent has a sand team. And then there was also, what was the other one we talked about that we thought was probably a danger to come? I think it was Coco, wasn't it? Because giving Dracozolt and Vikavolt electric terrain boost was incredibly dangerous.
Very true, especially with only the Amoonguss in order to tank them, really.
When Haney has no ground type either, so... I'm really surprised to see Coco. I'm really surprised to see T-Tar, but other than that, I mean...
Everything else was pretty standard, pretty expected to come.
Yeah, so let's see how this one plays out. I think we get, a drill versus... Yeah, we get a drill versus Aegislash lead.
I do like the protect at the gates here to force him into the stance change. Able to eat the hit, though, and hard back into the King's Shield, but I believe predicted goes straight for Sword Stance, so now Haney on the back foot here. Shukaberry will help it live, but then the Brick Break isn't enough to pick up the kill onto Excadrill.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Shadow Sneak that follows was just not enough. 2%.
Right, and from here goes hard into Zam, though, which will just take it out, which is good. You don't need to go into something slower at that point. Vikavolt is a concern. Harden and Coco, which makes sense, resists both of its stabs very handily as well. So
no hidden power, so...
No. A nice Nature's Madness, but just kind of blanket across the board, what's switching in, I'm going to deal damage to it. Another one onto the Comfey that comes in, and then Leech Seed on the Comfey. One of my favorite fairy types with my favorite move, and then see a couple turns here go by.
It is such a bulky degenerate mon, but it works. It's one of those stupid mons where you don't have to think in order to use Comfey.
No, not really. And I'm personally a fan of it. It will go down here to the Mega Alakazam. which it's fine. It got the Toxic off, which is exactly what it wanted to do, and that way it's on a timer. The Vikavolt living this hit, very surprising. Probably an Assault Vest variant, I would have to guess. I think Psychic would kill just flat out. Coco coming in to get the Electric Terrain back up, going into the T-Tar that is not Sand Rush, or Sand Stream.
Yeah.
The Wagon Dragon here coming out. Really interesting set here. Just charge in order to live hits from Amoonguss so it can't break the substitute.
Yeah, that was incredible tech.
Once again, another electric type behind a substitute, boosting its special defense. I wonder where we've heard that this past seasons.
I don't know. Where have we heard it, Zippy?
Savage, call my Zeraora. But from here, the Wagon Dragon just kind of puts this team through the ringer. Amoonguss not able to tank hits on it very well. Giga Drain not breaking the sub. Only healing for 3%, even with Black Sludge. It'll eventually start to go down, and I really like the Rock Tomb able to slow down the other mons, so Bolt Beak does more damage to it.
Yeah. My biggest question, and I can see why Rock Tomb works with this set, was why no Aerial Ace, just to be sure to take out the Amoonguss. But, you know, Bolt Beak does run through the team. Charge was great tech, so what do we take? Rock Tomb? I mean...
Yeah. I like it. Like I said, it's that way it can pair well with the speed drop with the Bolt Beak damage.
Yeah.
I like, and it needed charge in order to actually live the Amoonguss.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure. If Amoonguss had run Clear Smog, I don't think Clear Smog changes stat changes if it hits a substitute.
It does.
I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, it does clear a sub.
It cleared...
Doesn't clear a sub, but it does clear the stat changes of a sub.
Oh, that would have been nice.
So, yeah, well, Clear Smog would have been great for Hanny.
Regardless, it still would have been on the back foot because it's still going to be doing a lot of damage to the Amoonguss, as Amoonguss is trying to not only keep the stats off of it, but also try to break the substitute. That way another Mon could come in. But G-Max Lapras comes out, has the Max Lightning for the Suicune, which is really nice tech. Well, Comberry keeping Suicune alive, though.
You're a little ahead of me here.
What now?
You were a little ahead of me. I'm just now Lapras versus Suicune, because I had it paused while we were talking about the Dracozolt set.
Oh,
so
oops.
I just saw the Max Lightning.
Okay. Well, I'm letting it roll for a little bit. I'll put it on slow.
It's okay. I'm on turn 31 right now.
Alright. Yeah, it's just basically a little bit of back and forth. The Suicune gets Calm Mind, but the Freeze Dry is going to be more than enough, especially with the Aurora Veil up. Air Slash isn't going to be doing anything, even a +1. Has to go into the Amoonguss to threaten with the Giga Drain, and also able to eat the Freeze Dry rather handily. Hard switch out into Necrozma, which makes sense. Giga Drain, even with the crit behind the Aurora Veil not doing anything, Aurora Veil lasting all the turns, Light Clay on the Lapras. And now Dragon Dancing as the Spore comes through.
Damn,
the Lumberry comes through as well.
Necrozma.
So, really good prep on both of these. Photon Geyser will absolutely one-shot the Amoonguss, which is unfortunate. Has to go hard into T-Tar. They expect Necrozma will have coverage for it. It does have the Earthquake. And I believe it's just another Photon Geyser to wrap up the championship here for Sandy.
And, God, G-Max Lapras. We all got so focused on... And we started talking about it in playoffs. We all thought, okay, G-Max Mumetal, busted. G-Max Charizard, busted. G-Max Grimmsnarl, busted. Fucking G-Max Lapras. That thing just... all season.
It's like that. We doubted it, and he showed how to use it properly.
Yeah. All hail Lapras King.
And he will likely be the last to do so, since I believe we will not be getting Gigantamax back.
It's banned. It's so banned. I mean, no one's filled out a survey since playoffs started, but I think it's 20 to 2 without Jake and I voting. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure G-Max is banned. I don't think anybody wants it other than 2 people, and they want it with, like, Pokeball. So...
yeah,
I think the death of G-Max is here.
I will say, if we did Pokeball, G-Max Lapras is probably not as pivotal as it was this year, since you wouldn't be able to run the Light Clay and have the extended Aurora Veil.
Yeah.
But...
GG's to Sandy.
Yeah, and also GG's to Haney, able to bring some nice tech there with the Spore on the Amoongus, but unfortunately Lumberry able to counteract it.
Yeah, I mean, Haney didn't even draft the team and put up one hell of a season. So
Haney didn't draft the team?
No, Haney joined for, let's see, Zaki replaced, or sorry, Autumn replaced Penguin. I think it was Captain Bohemian.
No, Bohemian.
He was here. It was
VSG got replaced by.
I think it was Haney.
No, Marker replaced. Haney replaced. Clamoroni?
Oh,
I think he was first pick.
Clamoroni. Yep. It's kind of funny. The first 3 picks all dropped, but you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I thought the same thing.
But
who was 4th pick? Was that Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Sandy just absolute monster season. Just kind of steamrolled and never lost control, and you know, didn't tiptoe to the championship, but definitely Sandy has asserted dominance, and I feel like Sandy is coming for Gamma now.
Almost certainly, yeah. Sandy kicking the door down on the way here, so it only makes sense to continue that into Gamma.
Yeah, Sandy applies. Sandy, I saw you go like 0-9 in LTPL Season 5. Jake says that you've had some issues with battling. We're going to put you in Alpha. Proceeds to go 9-2, win the championship, kicks the door down, and stares Jake and I in the face. Hello?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's
oh, shit.
a bit minor underestimation, but I mean
that's what happened
through in spades
with Photon and you last season.
Yeah,
you
but
two never
you gotta start somewhere.
But yeah, Sandy has officially taken the crown from Zippy. Zippy is chomping at the bit to get a crown back.
As always, next season. DLC's here as well, so that's going to be fun. We are going to have to take a look at all the Mons.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of complex bans, like Nasty Plot on Exam.
Maybe Nasty Plot on Deoxys, if we're even allowing Deoxys. I'm not sure if we are.
We'll see. I have people that are asking, can we unban Deoxys Defense? Can we unban X,
not a good mon in my
like,
opinion. I don't think Deoxys Defense is ban-worthy. I don't think it's that good.
And we'll see. We'll look into it. That's discussions for which I'm going to announce now, even though the other two aren't here. I've announced it before. Slick is running Omega. Slick is going to be the Omega Commissioner. He's already accepted the position. That's said and done. I'm still going to run Gamma. So this is preview for when we all sit down and talk about this. So I'll still be running Gamma. Jake is going to continue to run Alpha. However, Jake has agreed to assistance because we all have extremely busy lives, Jake being one of the busiest people I know. And so Zippy is going to take over as co-commissioner of Alpha.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. It's going to be fun.
So Zippy gets to beat up on all the Alpha coaches now.
Well, I'm not going to beat up on them. It's not like they have to face me in order to make it into Gamma or anything.
I know.
Though that would be entertaining.
Well, you know, one suggestion, and it's something that we all have to talk about if we even keep the bye week, because that's another thing that's up for discussion. Somebody mentioned in their exit game surveys to have the either number 1 seeds at the time or the previous champions during the bye week face each other. You know?
It wouldn't be awful, no.
So, it's something to keep in mind. You know, some inter-conference play.
Yeah, something to discuss.
So, but Zippy, I thank you. Guys, that is your champions. Congratulations to Sandy for winning Alpha. Congratulations to Checkmate for winning Omega, Gamma. Early in night of Season 5 champion. Hush, hush, it's not rigged at all. Thank you to Hanny and Blaze for giving us a good finals fight. And thank you to all 36 coaches plus the 5. We get 4 dropouts in Alpha or 5? 4. Well, Garen.
4. Yeah, depending on Garen. 4 without, 5 with.
5 in Alpha?
No, 5 total.
5 total. Okay, so and to the 5 coaches that didn't make it through the season, I thank all of you. It has been 4 really strong, really good seasons, and I appreciate all the hard work with the coaches, the analysts, when we had analysts, which which I hope to bring back, the doc creators, the doc editors, the website team, now that we're running on Draft League site, Jake for commissioning, Zippy, who is now taking over for co-commissioning. Shout-outs to Nikki, because Nikki put in a lot of work in Alpha as well, getting the doc up to date. You know, I could just sit here and try to do this all alone, and probably would be alright, but not great. We've seen how that goes. So I cannot express how much gratitude I have for the team around me, and how much gratitude I have for everybody that's ever been involved in WWC. You guys are what make this league run. You guys are what are the heart and soul banging the drum behind this. So thank you all for everything you've done for this season. And again, thank you, Zippy, for sitting here for another video and stepping up to help Jake mid-season.
Of course, I'm happy to.
I truly am shell-shocked that we're going into our 5th season, and I'm truly grateful for everything. So unless Zippy's got any final thoughts, I think we're going to wrap this up, and the next time you see us for WWC, we will be discussing kind of some future plans and a little bit of the last recap for Season 4.
Yeah, I'm all good. Sounds good to me.
All right, we're out of here, guys.